Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new chapter of our journey. We live in a world that cannot stop talking. From the moment we wake up, we are bombarded by noise notifications, opinions, arguments, and the endless chatter of a society that fears silence. We are taught that to be heard is to be powerful, and that the one who speaks the most is the one who leads. But there is a hidden power that the loud world has forgotten. A power that does not shout but commands attention. A power that does not explain but reveals. That power is silence. Silence is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of a deeper understanding. It is the space where wisdom is born, where emotions are processed, and where true authority resides. In today's shadowing session, we will explore the art of the unspoken. This text is designed to help you master a poised, controlled, and sophisticated tone in English. Lower your voice. Quiet your mind. Let us discover the eloquence of silence. Part 1. The Fear of the Gap. Most people are terrified of silence. In a conversation, the moment a gap appears, we feel an instinctive urge to fill it. We throw in unnecessary words, we laugh nervously, or we ask mindless questions. We do this because silence feels like a void, a space where judgment lives or where awkwardness resides. But when we rush to fill the silence, we often sacrifice our quality of thought. We speak before we think, and we respond before we understand. We mistake talking for communicating. The wise person, however, views the gap not as a void, but as a tool. They understand that silence is the frame that makes the words more valuable. Just as a painting needs a border and music needs a pause, our speech needs silence to breathe. When you stop fearing the gap, you stop being a slave to the conversation. You reclaim your composure, and you begin to observe the dynamics of the room rather than just reacting to them. Part 2. Silence as a strategic tool. In the realms of leadership and negotiation, silence is one of the most potent weapons available. There is a reason why the most powerful person in the room is often the quietest. When you speak less, your words gain weight. Every sentence you utter is perceived as intentional and carefully chosen. You move from being a noisemaker to a meaning maker. Consider the power pause. By pausing for 3 seconds before answering a difficult question, you do 2 things. First, you signal that you are not intimidated by the silence. Second, you show that you are thinking deeply about your response. This creates an aura of confidence and authority. Furthermore, silence is the ultimate tool for listening. Most people listen to respond. They are simply waiting for their turn to speak. But when you listen with a focused silence, you hear what is not being said. You hear the hesitation in a voice, the doubt in a tone, and the truth hidden behind the words. True influence does not come from the ability to persuade, but from the ability to make others feel truly heard. Part 3. The Inner Stillness. Beyond the social world, there is a more profound silence, the silence of the mind. Our internal dialogue is often a storm of criticism, worry, and planning. We are so loud inside our own heads that we can no longer hear our own intuition. Inner stillness is the practice of stepping back from the noise of the ego. It is the ability to observe your thoughts without being swept away by them. When you cultivate this inner silence, you stop reacting to life and start responding to it. Imagine your mind as a lake. When the surface is choppy with waves of emotion and thought, you cannot see the bottom. But when the water becomes still, the lake becomes transparent. You can see the truth of your situation. You can hear the quiet whisper of your intuition telling you which path to take. The most important conversations you will ever have are the ones you have in total silence with yourself. It is in this stillness that you find your center, your strength, and your clarity. Part 4. The Language of the Unspoken. Finally, we must recognize that the most profound human connections often happen in the absence of words. There is a language that transcends vocabulary, the language of the unspoken. Think of the silence between two people who love each other deeply. It is not an awkward silence. It is a shared sanctuary. It is a space where words are no longer necessary because the connection is already complete. There is also the silence of shared grief, the silence of mutual respect, and the silence of awe before the majesty of nature. These moments are more honest than any speech. They remind us that the essence of being human is not found in our ability to describe our feelings, but in our ability to feel them. As you practice your English today, let your voice reflect this poise. Do not rush the sentences. Respect the pauses. Let your tone be steady and your delivery be controlled. Fluency is not about how many words you can fit into a minute, but about the impact those words have when they are finally spoken. Master the silence, and you will master the language. We have reached the end of our exploration into the wisdom of silence. I hope this session has reminded you that you do not need to shout to be heard, and you do not need to fill every gap to be valued. Remember, silence is a skill. It takes courage to be quiet in a world that won't stop talking, but the reward is a life of composure, depth, and true authority. If this session resonated with you, please leave a like and subscribe to our community of sophisticated learners. I would love to hear in the comments, in what area of your life do you need to embrace more silence? Thank you for your presence, your stillness, and your beautiful energy. Stay poised, stay deep, and I will see you in the next session. Goodbye.